These professional chefs all want to break into the top ranks of the world's culinary elite. Deciding who has the talent to cut it is MasterChef judge Greg Wallace.
Crying out loud, that tastes of more passion fruit than your normal passion fruit.
And culinary legend Michel Roux Jr. With 2 Michelin stars, he's expecting perfection.
I would definitely go the extra mile just to sample these chocolates.
Cooking doesn't get better than this. It's the final week of professional MasterChef, and only the 3 best chefs remain.
Derek.
Leon.
Murray.
Yes! This is the first time these guys have met each other, and they have got their eyes set firmly on that title. Right now, we start to find out who has the makings of a real great.
They now need to show they have the skill and the flair to cut it at the very top of their trade. Today, the 3 finalists face their 2 most daunting tests yet. First, they must produce small, intricate, bite-sized dishes worthy of a top Michelin-starred restaurant. And then they must cook for the power and the money behind a global empire of Michelin-starred restaurants. These culinary giants know talent when they see it and won't tolerate anything less than excellence.
I know the competition is going to be fierce and there's no margin for error. I know the other guys are going to be great, but hopefully I can be better.
The judges are going to be looking for perfection. The further on we go in the competition, the less leeway they're going to give us.
I'm really competitive, so I think I'm better than the other 2. You guys haven't really seen what I can properly do yet.
There is culinary talent in this room. But who has got that little extra something that separates the good chef from the great chef?
For today's task, you have to cook an amuse-bouche and a petit four.
This is it. Make yourselves proud.
Amuse-bouche literally translates as pleasing the mouth. It's a little taster before the starter. Each chef has designed their own little amuse-bouche. This is their calling card. This is saying, look at me, I am a head chef. Petit fours are served at the end of the meal. Petit four literally translates as small oven, because traditionally small cakes were cooked in a small oven. They must be so pretty that you have to eat one, you have to go for it.
I know the judges are going to test you to the full. They want to see, can you actually deliver it in a restaurant? So I know this competition is going to get really tough, but I'm up for the challenge.
Derek is a true professional in the kitchen. The way he cooks, he is so focused. I think that guy will be a superstar. The pigeon is cooked to perfection.
Your balance of textures and flavours is nothing short of genius.
But he does let himself down sometimes, bringing in too many flavours.
That is gamey, meaty, but the chutney is one flavour too many. Derek, working like a whirlwind as we used to. Tell us your dishes today.
Amuse-bouche is layers of oak smoked salmon, langoustine butter, cauliflower puree and seared queen scallops.
And your petit four?
Passion fruit jelly.
How does it feel, Derek, being here, final 3?
It just feels great, but I'm not happy just being here. I'm here to win it.
What are your weaknesses?
Sometimes maybe I try too hard to impress and I overdo my dish, but I think with experience I could maybe learn from it.
Well done, Derek.
Thank you, sir.
Definitely think I've got what it takes to win. I've got a bit more of a chance to show creativity and everything that goes along with it, you know. There's quite a long list, but I can do it.
Leon is a natural fish cook. That guy delivers perfectly cooked fish every time.
Those 3 scallops in the round to get here was a statement of Leon's intent. Welcome to the fray, Leon.
The scallops are perfectly cooked. Some people are gifted naturally in cooking fish, and I think you've got that gift.
Thank you.
Leon's style of cooking has always been fairly heavy-handed.
He's really got to watch his presentation.
It is absolutely huge. It lacks finesse.
What are you doing for us today?
I'm doing an abalone and white peach shooter.
Abalone, great big mollusk, so you're cutting little slivers.
No, I'm going to grate it. It'll give it a bit of body. And then for the petit four, I'm doing a stem ginger and lemon cheesecake.
The amuse-bouche and petit four have to be very pleasing to the eye.
Yeah.
Does it worry you?
I'm keeping it quite simple, so there's nothing too complicated.
Leon, do you think you can win this?
I'm going to try my damnedest to win it.
Well done, Leon. You've got half an hour left.
Going through from the semis to the finals has given me a big confidence boost. I do really, really want to win this now. I've got to show the judges I am the person who they'd be proud of to win it and who they'd choose and want to win it.
I think Murray really can deliver the goods at the level required and even surpass that level. This risotto looks sexy. I love it. I would gladly eat a plateful. In fact, no, I would eat 2 platefuls. Occasionally, though, he goes off the rails and lacks attention to detail. The baby leeks are undercooked. That is a bit of a letdown. What are you preparing for us?
Pan roasted scallops with truffled potato salad, a bit of caviar, and petit four is chocolate truffles with honey.
Are you happy to be here, Murray?
Making it through to the final rounds, it's just fantastic. It's given me a big self-confidence boost, so I think you'll be seeing a lot better food from now on.
How can you guarantee that?
Pay more attention to what I'm doing, take greater care of everything. And I think if I do that, then I stand a good chance.
Off you go. Thank you.
We have asked them to make 10 amuse-bouche and 10 petit fours. They must be identical. We are looking for consistency here.
Time's up. Finished.
Derek's amuse-bouche is smoked salmon layered with langoustine butter, cauliflower puree and seared queen scallops.
Every terrine is cut precisely, every plate positioned the same way. It is what we're looking for. I'm not getting any langoustine flavour. It seems to have been lost with the smoked salmon. If you were serving it with a champagne, I would say, fine, full marks. But it is a little bit too rich.
It's artistic. It's a lot of work's gone into it. It looks lovely, but it is only delivering salmon.
Will Derek's choice of passion fruit jelly meet the standards expected?
It looks beautiful, perfect. Let's taste one. It really fills the mouth with that lovely passion fruit perfume. And it's got that acidity as well, which cleans the mouth. It is a perfect passion fruit jelly.
You get that deep passion fruit flavour bursting through it. Crying out loud. That tastes of more passion fruit than your normal passion fruit.
It's the first time I've heard them actually saying I've really nearly got something that was perfect, which was really encouraging.
For his amuse-bouche, Leon has made a shooter of abalone, a large Asian shellfish, with peach and yam.
It's split. I think the peach and the yam has separated, and it doesn't look smooth, doesn't look really appetising. That really doesn't do it for me at all. It's strange because there are so many ingredients in there, but it's just got one dimension. It's fishy, so there's nothing really getting my gastric juices flowing.
It's not going to set the world on fire. And you have the ability to set the world on fire, my friend. You're going to have to step it up. Really going to have to step it up.
Will Leon's petit four of stem ginger and lemon cheesecake make up for a bad start?
They are a bit big, and they're supposed to be a mouthful. me having to wipe my mouth is not delicate. It's good, though. It's very good. But it's far too big.
It's lovely. Light, buttery, crumbly, lemony, hint of ginger. I mean, perfection on the palate. Visually, it looks like you've shoveled it on.
We know you can deliver taste in abundance. We just need to refine.
Comments like that obviously very disappointing. I need to keep working on that presentation. It's obviously still a big issue.
Murray's amuse-bouche is pan-roasted scallop, truffle potato salad and caviar.
I think it's beautiful. I think it's eye-catching. It's extremely precise. It's everything that an amuse should be. The flavour of the caviar and the scallop marry beautifully, and it's beautifully cooked and seasoned. It's really very, very good. And the truffle oil with the herbs in there is just spot on. No, I like it a lot.
Thank you.
I love the truffle and then the sweetness of the scallop. It does work.
Murray's petit four are bitter chocolate truffles sprinkled with fennel pollen.
Murray, I think they look beautiful. That's very good. You get the very intense chocolate flavour, and the aniseed is just lingers there. It's wonderful. I would definitely go the extra mile just to sample these chocolates.
It's lovely, and it's highly memorable. Well done.
I'm very pleased with the way that the finals have started. I think I chose the right dishes to cook, especially with the dark chocolate truffle. It's a bit more complex than, say, making a jelly or something.
Well done, chefs. You've worked very hard. Still a long way to go, because the challenges ahead are going to get tougher. Much, much tougher. So off you go. I have been really impressed by the standard today. Murray has got it down to a T. Beautiful presentation, just enough caviar on the scallop. Everything on the plate was spot on. The truffles fragrant with the aniseed pollen. God, that was good.
I really want to win it now. I've seen who I'm up against and I'm confident I can beat both of them.
My only worry about Murray is that he may get a little bit too confident, and that's not good. Derek's smoked salmon terrine did work as an amuse-bouche, although a rather rich one. Too rich for my liking.
I can't remember eating a jelly as good as that ever. I mean, that was virtually fizzing.
Faultless.
I do still have that confidence and the belief that I can win this and go forward. I know I've got some nice stuff on the menus and I just really can't wait to cook it.
Leon has definitely fallen at the first hurdle. His amuse-bouche really wasn't good to eat. His cheesecake was delicious, but it was just too big and clumsy.
He's got a lot of work to do now to catch up with the other two.
But this is a long race. I have faith in Leon. I think he can turn this around.
Very disappointed, but just going to have to really work hard for the rest of the final. I definitely think I can pull it round.
They are so close to the title, they can touch it. All we need from them now is just that final push. Who really wants it the most?
It's 4 p.m. the next day, and the finalists are on their way to an exclusive private members club in the heart of London's financial district. Derek, Leon and Murray are about to face their most intimidating test so far.
Welcome. You are in the Capital Club, in the heart of the City of London. You are cooking for some very, very well-known restaurateurs. These guys are the money and the power behind the chefs. They have 11 Michelin stars in their restaurants. 11 Michelin stars.
They are always on the lookout for young, budding chefs to increase their empire of restaurants. Leon, you're cooking the starters. Murray, you're cooking the main course. And Derek, the desserts. These are your own recipes. It had better be good, because you won't get another chance at this.
In 3 hours' time, they'll be serving 5 kings of the culinary world. Working in an unfamiliar kitchen, they'll have to turn out their most impressive dishes yet.
This is real pressure for these 3 chefs. If these guys impress today, these restaurateurs will write down their name and look for them.
I would be quaking in my boots if I was cooking right now. These guys don't just understand food trends, they create them.
The finalists are cooking their own recipes to show off their style and imagination, as well as their technical excellence. Leon is responsible for the starter. He's cooking a trio of lobster, including a lobster bisque, lobster mousse, and a lobster salad.
My dream ultimately is to own my own restaurant. These are the guys that could make it happen. So yeah, I just want to get on with it and take the opportunity.
Leon's got the least amount of time. And in my view, he's got quite a complex dish.
If he gets his timing under control, I love the sound of that dish.
Murray has chosen a classic main course of roasted chicken breast, wild mushrooms, pureed potatoes, leeks, and a braised chicken wing.
These guys are used to eating Michelin-starred food every day. They're not going to settle for anything less than perfection.
Murray's main course of a roast chicken is a fairly simple-sounding dish. It's got to be presented really well.
If he cooks that chicken like he's been cooking so far, he will fly.
They're in a lot of nice restaurants, so who knows what might happen.
Derek's technically challenging dessert has 5 different elements. A passion fruit cream served with pineapple tarte tatin, an orange yogurt ice cream with tropical fruit sauce, and coconut biscuits.
I'm extremely nervous now. These people have millions of pounds to invest. This is a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity and I really need to grasp it tonight.
Derek's dessert sounds really complex and time-consuming, but everything I think on that plate should work.
Those restaurateurs are going to understand at once how much effort this lad has put into that dessert. Leon, you kicked the whole thing off tonight. Are you nervous about these restaurateurs?
Very nervous, yeah. The guys have the highest esteem. They know what they're talking about and they know what they're looking for. So I've got to really nail this dish, you know.
We know what your weakness is, it's presentation.
Yeah, I thought I was getting somewhere with the presentation until the last round. But I think it was just a minor hiccup rather than a big problem.
Good.
There's an hour until service, and the 5 kings of the culinary world arrive. With 11 Michelin stars, they are the money and the power behind a remarkable empire of restaurants. Drew Niperon is the mastermind behind the internationally renowned Nobu, which now has 21 restaurants. Mourad Mazouz owns a portfolio of restaurants, including the celebrated Michelin-starred Sketch. Will Smith is the business brain behind acclaimed London restaurants Arbutus and Wild Honey. David Moore controls the prestigious 2-star Pied-à-Terre. And Soren Jessen is owner of the City of London's first Michelin-star restaurant, 1 Lombard Street. They're all uncompromising in their search for the best.
I'm not just looking for a good cook. I'm setting the bar high. I'm looking for exceptional talent.
Back in the kitchen, time is running out, and Leon's fallen behind with his lobster mousse.
Leon, 45 minutes. All right, how are you doing?
I must get this in the fridge now because it needs to rest for another half an hour, and then fold it and then set it for another sort of 20. So I'm really, really against it.
Well, you haven't got that, have you?
No, I know.
Leon is running around like a headless chicken, and I am very nervous.
If he gets it wrong, he's not going to have time to dress something really elegant and dainty.
With just half an hour until service, Leon rushes to mix his mousse, but will it set in time?
I'm really, really trying to work hard to get the time back.
Croutons in the oven burning.
Leon has burnt his croutons and has no choice but to start again.
The mousse is set.
The mousse is setting.
With time against him, Leon plates up at the very last minute. His mousse is only just set, and now he needs to quickly reach the standards of presentation expected.
Mate, this is supposed to go. Yeah? Yeah. It's supposed to be going now.
Finally, the starter is away. But what will the restaurateurs make of his lobster trio? A lobster bisque, lobster mousse, and lobster salad with lumpfish caviar.
It's delicious. I'm glad they've told me that the mousse is lobster. It would have struggled to have, is it a salmon mousse? It's a fish mousse for sure.
And what's all the way at the bottom? Caviar?
A bit of roe, isn't it? It's difficult to get to, isn't it, down there?
Lobster's been well cooked, bisque has been well prepared. His flavouring of the mousse, a little bit disappointing.
Hello. Hi guys. Hello. Hi there. Nice to meet you.
There was definitely good technique employed throughout the production of the three dishes. The lobster was beautifully cooked, we all agreed, but the mousse lacked the depth of flavour that we probably would have liked. For me, the winner was definitely the bisque.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It was intimidating to walk into a room with them guys around the table. The comments about the lobster being cooked perfectly and lots of flavour in the bisque and things like that. It was, it was definitely heartening.
Murray's up next, and he's determined to impress with his main of roasted chicken.
I'm really tightening things up now, paying attention to all the little things that's going on, which is what they're going to be looking for in the dish, especially as it's so simple. They'll be looking to pick faults at everything.
If something's going to go wrong, what's it going to be?
Just overcooking the chicken, that's the only thing that I can foresee.
You have lost focus before.
Yeah, but that's behind me now. That was in previous rounds.
You inspire confidence, mate.
Thank you.
All right.
Murray's on time, but can he keep that going?
Please, Murray, don't lose focus today.
But as the pressure mounts, he struggles to keep his cool.
Mine.
Two minutes, Murray.
Thank you. Service, please.
At the last moment, Murray's focus slips. He's forgotten to plate up an important component of his dish.
Don't go. Don't go. I just forgot to put the braised chicken wing on, but it was no big deal. I went out with it on it, and they'll never know that I forgot, so.
Murray served a main of roasted chicken breast and braised wing with wild mushrooms, pureed potatoes and leeks.
There's a general feeling of accomplishment, I think. The dish hangs well, it's well seasoned, it's well cooked.
Particularly like the chicken wing, which had been probably slow cooked and boned to make it easy for us, and that was just delicious.
And potatoes, very, very rich. Overall, though, you can see the skill that it took.
Hello. Pleased to meet you.
Overall, it showed simplicity in a good way and good craftsmanship. What was the idea with the chicken wing?
It feels different in your mouth than the crispiness of the chicken.
That was a good decision as a chef.
It was slightly heavy and rich, but the dish was nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Murray.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I think they've appreciated the fact that the chicken wing was on there. I was hoping to impress them, and I think I've done that.
In the kitchen, Derek's technically challenging dessert is coming together.
You know how you've got to raise your game for this round?
In the past, I've had criticism about my combinations with flavours, but today I've kind of played it safe with a tropical theme, and everything's going to marry very well, I hope.
Derek's weak spot is pastry, but he seems to be quietly confident, getting on with the job, 100% focused.
He hasn't got as much time as he thinks he has.
But as service looms, Derek's having problems making the caramel for his tarte tatin.
Crystallise the sugar again. It's just because I'm under pressure, I'm trying to do so many things. I take my eye off it. That's it.
Derek, you on time?
My caramel for the tarte tatin crystallised. Just had to start again.
4 minutes.
Okay, can we start going? Thank you. I think the flavours are going to be really good. The contrast in the hot and the cold, the crisp. I think it's a really nice dessert.
Derek's dessert includes many complex elements: a passion fruit cream, pineapple tarte tatin, orange yoghurt ice cream with tropical fruit sauce, and coconut biscuits.
I think there's a lot of technique going on this plate, almost a little bit too much.
Lots of fresh, lovely flavours. The flavours are good, I think, but it's a bit gooey in the texture.
The tart is very caramelized, though.
Okay, I think we're doing it's trying to be a bit too complicated here. The cream was a little too creamy, and it sort of was tried to mask a bit of the freshness of the passion fruit.
The star item for me is the yoghurty ice cream, which is nice and fresh. There's just an inherent richness.
Thanks for your comments.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for cooking for us.
Good night, cheers. Pastry's not my strong point, but I think I came up with a good dessert.
I'm actually very proud of those young guys. I think they did very, very well today.
It's never easy cooking for restaurateurs. They can be so difficult. All 3 of them cooked well. Every time Leon dishes up food, it's getting neater, it's getting smaller, it's getting prettier. He's getting there quickly.
Just still want to win a great deal, you know. It would mean absolutely the world to me. I would love to know what that feeling's like to hear your name announced for the title.
Murray had the main course. It was superb. Everything in that dish screamed out Michelin star standard.
It's kind of daunting to be this close to the title now. I hope I've done enough to stand out to the judges. I think maybe I have, but I'll have to wait and see.
For Derek not to be a pastry chef and to do a dessert like that, I thought was simply superb.
I think the competition's still wide open. I don't think it's going to be judged on one dish. I think it's going to be an overall view of what the complete chef's about.
The food is getting better and better. By the end, we are going to have a real MasterChef champion.
Tomorrow in the 1-hour finale, the 3 finalists feel the pressure when they have to cook for 30 of Europe's greatest chefs.
I wouldn't for all the money in the world cook for this bunch of guys.
These are taking me an absolute nightmare by the time they get done.
You're running out of time.
Then there's one last chance to prove to the judges they've got what it takes to become the professional MasterChef champion.
Our professional MasterChef champion is...
All this week, Radio 1's Chris Moyles has been live in LA, and tomorrow, ahead of the new series of Heroes on BBC Two, he'll be talking to the actors behind Nathan Petrelli and Sila. That's tomorrow morning from 6:30 on BBC Radio 1. Next on BBC Two, it's Ainsley Harriott in Who Do You Think You Are?